I have seen a lot of beautiful relationships that have the potential to grow into marriage come to an end simply because of silly reasons. And no, cheating is not one of them. I've seen a lot of relationships that could have been modeled after, relationships that could have been told as stories to help younger generation come to an end because of silly reasons. In this video, I'm going to discuss 5 reasons why most could have been perfect relationship die along the way. And before I go any further, let me just do some housekeeping. This video is not for people who do not believe in love. This video is not for people who have some sort of agenda, some sort of revenge against men or women. This video is for people who believe in love. It's for people who have been in love and have experienced failed relationship and how they can put that trust back into love. Okay? And also, I just want to say that I am Emmanuel Smarth. If you've been around my channel before, thank you so much. If you see me for the very first time, you're welcome. Now, let's get started. 5 reasons why most relationships die. Number 1, premature assumptions, premature judgment. It is no secret that some people have this mindset that they know about relationship. Some people come into relationship with expectations, and worst of all, that some people that walk into relationship and bring their baggages from their previous relationship. So now the new relationship is judged solely based on the past, based on their old relationship, and that is wrong because no two people are the same. Sometimes people will say women are all the same, men are all the same. To an extent, it is true, but everybody is different. So I would advise that you judge someone based on how they behave to you, based on what they show to you, instead of having this presumptions and notion, instead of having this belief or this baggage that you've taken from your previous relationship and just dump it into this new relationship. So stop assuming, stop comparing, stop inviting your old relationship into your present one. That's the first reason. Number 2, change. People don't understand this, but change is inevitable. At certain stages or a certain time in our life, we are going to experience different changes. It could be we are finding new hobbies. It could be we are discovering ourselves. It could be we're learning some things that we never knew about ourselves. And some of these changes could be good. Some of them could be bad. Some of them are just temporary. Some of them are going to be lasting. So most people who are in relationship cannot handle change. If I'm used to talking to you for 3, 4, 5 hours, and then all of a sudden I'm just talking to you for an hour, that is something I won't be able to understand, except you sit down and explain that to your partner. Think about this. If you are with a person and you are dating and you do everything in common, all of a sudden this person gets a different job, a better job, but it demands more of their time. Now you're not getting the time that this person used to give to you. That is not enough reason for you to end the relationship. That is enough reason for you to sit down and re-examine your life. That is enough reason for you to sit down and talk about your life and talk about your relationship. So, like I said, oftentimes relationships come to an end because of a change in a person's life. And I would advise that you talk about those things before you end what would have been a beautiful relationship. Number 3, insecurity. Now, it is no secret I've talked about insecurity in the past. I've made a dedicated video about that. But I just want to address it very quickly. You see, insecurity is a feeling of not being worthy, is a feeling of not being good enough. And sometimes that feeling that you have is only existing within you. Don't project that to your partner. Your partner may not even know that you're insecure. I find women to be guilty of this, where they assume that their partner should know what they are feeling, what they are thinking at every given time. That is not the case. A simple communication, a simple, oh, this is how I'm feeling and this is why I'm feeling this way, will solve all that problem. So don't project your fears. Don't project your insecurity onto your partner. I don't think it's fair. And insecurity has been one of the most important reasons, one of the most, I don't want to call it important, detrimental reasons why beautiful relationships come to an end. Number 4, unforgiving. You cannot be in a relationship and you don't forgive your partner. You cannot be in a relationship and you're taking notes. You have a little black book where you write all the things that they have done against you and you hold that as a grudge in your heart. Don't do that. your relationship will not survive. As long as you're in a relationship, you're going to get hurt. Sometimes it might be intentional. Sometimes it might be inadvertently without the person even knowing this. So if somebody does something to you, call their attention and let them know that what you did to me hurt me. Please don't do it again. That's what you should do. Don't go around storing grudge, storing this anger, and just looking for the perfect opportunity to revenge. And of course, the final reason that I see, and this one is very much important, why a lot of relationships come to an end is the lack of compromise. I've always said that relationship is all about compromise. Everyone is going to come with their belief system. Everyone is going to come with what they know to be true, what they assume to be true. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be about compromise. You're going to fight. You're going to argue. You're going to meet at a cross point where you have to make a very important decision. If you are not willing to compromise with your partner, it becomes a problem. The reason why I say compromise is so much important because it entails a lot. Part of compromising requires you to listen to your partner. It requires you to be empathetic, which is to say that sometimes what the person is saying to you does not always have to make sense, but you should be able to put yourself in that person's shoes to understand their point of view. That is why you have to compromise. There are times where you fight for reasons that you don't even know. There are times where your partner is having a bad day. There are times where your partner is just, in a different zone. They're having this different mindset. You have to be willing to understand that this person is going through something. So compromising is very key. Remember, relationship is not a competition. It's not a place where one person leads. Even though some folks believe that they should be the head of the relationship, I think at this particular time, it's all about compromising. If you're good at one thing, do it. If the other person is good at another thing, let them do it. Be respectful, be forgiving. All of those things are all part of compromising. So let me sum things up for you very quickly. I feel like the reason why a lot of relationships die is because, number one, there's this premature assumptions and judgment, and people don't understand that change is a part of life. And also, people are yet to deal with their insecurity, and they harbor this grudge. In other words, they are not forgiving. And to make things even worse, they refuse to compromise. Any relationship that will stand the test of trials has to compromise. It really has to compromise. I don't want to take more time by just going on and on, but I believe that the point that I've shared should be enough to help people who are in relationship where they're always fighting, where they're always arguing, but they genuinely love each other. So when you love your partner, take into account that these things might happen. It helps to just sit down and talk about things. It helps to just sit down and find a common ground. In other words, compromise. If you derive some value from this video, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing to this channel, and telling more people about this beautiful channel where I talk about relationship and personal growth. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.